Well, I had bumped the camera and was pointing at the wall for a little bit, so you missed some of this shading that I was doing. But what I had said was, since the light is coming down, I want to make it look like the lips are curving underneath, so I get some volume in these lips. And I'm continuing with my cross contour kind of shading to get it darker underneath. And then the top lip will also cast a shadow. So I'm going to start in with my Dixon Ticonderoga, but I have a feeling I'm going to switch over to my ebony pencil, which has sort of like rolled away and gotten lost on me. Sometimes things will do that. Some point in here, I am going to start using my little blender to push the graphite around. And again, I like to turn my paper a little bit because that's like my hand works better that way. Okay, find your little blender and push that around. And since I'm using school quality drawing paper, it has a little bit of a tooth, so it's holding on to that pencil really nice. And I'm avoiding the area that I had planned for the highlight. But if I get in there a little bit too much, I can go back in with my eraser and make it show a little bit more. Make some changes. I'm going round and round a little bit too, different strokes. I haven't decided how much texture I want these lips to have. But I do want some darker cast shadows underneath. I'm not worried about that funny little line just yet. That might get incorporated in the top lip. Sometimes we can just leave our lines until later. I'm going to add some darks down below. I want a lot of volume. I'm going to stand up and take a look through the camera lens so I can see what you all are seeing. Okay, it looks like a pair of lips. And I'm going to, I just want to mess with this shape a little bit. I don't really know what I want, but I'm just changing it some. Okay, so the top lip is also going to have some of those cross contour lines. You can plan those out. I'm going to use my Dixon Ticonderoga to kind of plan out where those lines are going to go. And that can help me follow as I start my shading. And try to keep my hand out of my drawing. You can spend quite a while working on and shading lips. get all of the detail and volume that you might want. And I don't know if I'm going to show all of my shading on this one. Get some of that basics going. This time I'm keeping my blender going the same direction as all of my cross contour lines. Until I don't, but I mostly do. I'm leaving a little bit of a highlight up there. Okay, let's go a little bit darker. If these lips were bigger on my piece of paper, I could even do some more details, like showing some of the little U-shaped line elements that help show the texture of the lips. But this top lip isn't really fit to show a lot of detail. Seems like the left side has a nice amount of definition between the lips, but maybe the right side could use a little bit more. Again, I'm going to stand up and get away from it so I can see what you are seeing and what I might want to change. I am going to do some lightening of the top line of the Cupid's bow, like right here. That's a little bit dark. I could, if I were going to continue shading, I could shade that up through the top lip nose area. But I'm going to be stopping pretty soon for this demo. So I'm going to use my kneaded eraser and kind of dab at that. Lighten it up just a little bit so it's not so noticeable, and I'm going to shape up my kneaded eraser and see if I can clean up that highlight at the top. Just a little bit. Okay, as I scoot it back and forth, I get different lighting effects, don't I? I think I like it here better in the middle of my two lights where I can see some of the separation in the lips. Okay, so I think that's going to be about it on this little bit about shading lips. Except I keep going back to work on it. Oh, okay, like these little bits out here, little mouth corners, I'm going to use my blender and just kind of wiggle it around just a little bit to show that kind of dimply mark.